This is 15-year-old Zachary Davis. He's just been brought in for questioning after a fire was discovered at his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. At first, the tragedy appeared to be nothing more than a devastating accident. But that changed when firefighters found a body inside, and the truth became far more disturbing. The victim, Zachary's mother, Melanie Davis, hadn't died from the flames at all. She had been bludgeoned to death with a sledgehammer before the fire was even set. In the early hours of August 10, 2012, emergency services responded to a house fire. Inside, they found Melanie lying on her bed, covered in blood and brutally disfigured. She was a single mother of 2 teenage boys, working as a paralegal and training as a triathlete. Outside the home stood her 17-year-old son, Joshua Davis, speaking with police. But Zachary was nowhere to be seen. 4 hours later, and roughly 5 miles away, officers spotted Zachary walking alone down the road, attempting to leave town. He was picked up and brought to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for questioning. From the beginning, investigators noticed something unusual about Zachary. His complete lack of emotion. His monotone voice, flat expression, and detached demeanor suggested either a guarded personality, a deep inability to express emotions, or a possible underlying mental health condition, such as psychosis or a developmental disorder. The detectives began asking about his past. Back in 2007, tragedy first struck the Davis family when the boy's father, Chris, died from ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Zachary was only 9 years old. Already a quiet child, he became even more withdrawn after his father's death. Hoping for a fresh start, Melanie moved with her sons to Sumner County. But things didn't improve. By age 11, Zachary's behavior began to worry his mother. She sought medical help, and he was diagnosed with depression, later revealing to doctors that he was hearing voices, including the voice of his deceased father. Soon after, he was diagnosed with psychosis. For reasons unknown, Melanie eventually stopped his treatment. Despite no longer seeing a therapist, Zachary's phone calendar showed at least one meeting with a school guidance counselor. Still, no one realized the true extent of his mental state. Unlike many criminal cases, there was never a question about who committed the murder. Zachary openly admitted to killing his mother, yet the motive remained unclear. Text messages recovered from his phone painted a picture of a seemingly normal, even affectionate relationship between them. On the day before the murder, they exchanged messages about going to a movie together, giving no sign of the horror to come. Joshua told police that after the movie, they went straight home. Zachary seemed completely normal, no sign of agitation or anger. Later that night, while Josh spoke with their mother in her room, Zachary sat in the game room upstairs, quietly planning her murder. He waited until everyone was asleep before striking. Around 11 p.m., Zachary entered Melanie's room with a sledgehammer. He struck her at least 12 times in the head, checked her pulse to confirm she was dead, and locked the door behind him. He then tried to set the house on fire, first attempting to use lawnmower fuel, then pouring whiskey on the floor and igniting it. His plan was not only to destroy evidence, but also to kill his brother in the blaze. Josh awoke to the fire alarm, searched for Zachary, and then tried to reach his mother's room, only to find the door locked. When questioned, Zachary admitted he had been thinking about killing his mother for years. Notes found on his phone and in a fire-damaged notebook reveal disturbing thoughts, including fantasies about murder and references to serial killers. Investigators even discovered a coded message on the sledgehammer handle, reading Zed Requiem, possibly standing for Zachary Everett Davis. Throughout the interrogation, Zachary remained calm, almost robotic. He denied feeling any remorse. At one point, when asked if he could go back in time, he chillingly said, "I would probably kill Josh with a sledgehammer too." He later made shocking claims, accusing Josh of sexually assaulting him years earlier and saying his mother didn't believe him. No evidence supported these allegations, and investigators suspected they could have been delusions. Zachary's story would continue to change. On the Dr. Phil show, he claimed he killed his mother because she wasn't taking care of my family. But during his trial, he suddenly testified that he didn't do it at all, blaming Josh instead. The jury didn't believe him. He was found guilty of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and aggravated arson, and sentenced to 71 years in prison, with the possibility of parole after 51 years. To this day, some speculate that Zachary Davis may have aspired to become a serial killer.